So you've been building small businesses from the ground up for years. So you're the guy to talk to about these kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've had a lot of experience in that area for sure.
And it's worked out.
For the most part, but you know, it can be illusionary too, because I've had a lot of ones that haven't worked out. Thankfully, I've had a few more that have worked out.
There's this sort of new word, new catchphrase floating around these days, something called ideation. What is ideation?
To me, ideation is that process of taking an idea, of which there's lots, and actually turning it into something that's tangible. You know, it really goes to the heart of entrepreneurship, I think, and it's a much debated topic again. It seems sexy again to be an entrepreneur, but there's no easy answer. I think it's either in you or it's not to create your own small business. So there are some people trying to swim against the tide. It's not necessarily their true nature. So I think the starting point is, are you cut out for what it takes to own and run and bring your idea to life as a person? Because it's not going to be easy.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of hard work and 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, unfortunately, or fortunately if you love it. Because I think that's really the toughest stage. I mean, how many times have you heard people say, geez, you know, why didn't I do that idea? Or I had that idea.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ideas floating around. Maybe ideation is actually taking those ideas and making something of them.
Yeah, the creation of the idea, the
Yeah,
realization
having
of
it
the
come to
idea.
life. Yeah.
So how does one do that then? Because there are so many people with great ideas. They think they're great ideas. How do you turn those ideas into reality that makes sense and make money?
Obviously, there's work involved. I think you've got to have some luck. You know, you've got to make your own luck. And I'm a huge proponent of partnership. There's very few people that I've met in my career that have all the answers or you know, can really go it alone without the support of business partners or like-minded individuals. So I'm a big proponent of attracting people that have very specific skills to round out what it's gonna need, what the business is gonna need. And once you start talking about partnership, then you're into talking about what kind of people those are. You know, do they share the same sense of values that you have, so that you can spend as much time as possible working on the business and not dealing with distractions and things that get in the way of success, I think is as big as anything.
What if you've got this great idea and you have no business sense whatsoever? How would you even...
The first thing I'd do is go get a partner that has some business sense, frankly. I mean, I think it's very difficult. People underestimate the execution. I mean, I've seen thousands of what I would call good ideas, a few great ideas, but the number of successful executions I've seen are a number far less than that.
And, you know, it may be someone's great dream to turn this idea that they have into reality and make it a successful business. But again, you want to surround yourself with good people, I would think. And
good people, and I think, you know, one of the things that is different today than when I first started my career as an entrepreneur is the tools are so much more handy and relevant. I mean, we're smack in the digital age now. There's no debate about it. So there really is no excuse not to have, for example, your books in good shape. You should know daily what your intake is and what your costs are, and they're really, it's none of this, you know, waiting for 20 days after the end of the month and adding up your shoebox receipts and cobbling together on a pen and with a pen and paper your income statement. So we've got a lot of tools helping us, a lot of software. As you know, there's a big shift of these kind of server-based systems to the cloud, which makes it accessible and easy for everybody. The technology is not a barrier to entry anymore. It's not expensive. So there really isn't any excuse to have that basic stuff taken care of.
Right.
And it's information that's critical. You know, ideas aren't owned. You know, I'm fond of saying there really is no such thing as an original idea. And if it's original, it isn't going to be original for long. It always used to be that if you had an idea, could pretty much say that someone somewhere was having the same thought.
yeah.
The difference today is that thought gets translated onto a blog or, you know, onto a tweet, or, Instagrammed, and then everybody knows about it, right? So information travels at a much faster rate.
Right.
So that's why you have to be ready to go.
And then sometimes are the ideas, they may be great ideas, but it's just not the right time.
Not the right time. It's not the right team. One of the biggest things I see with young entrepreneurs is focus, because everything looks good to an entrepreneur, so you try and do too many things at the same time, and before you know it, you may be moving them all ahead, but none of them fast enough, right? So if you focus on one thing and put all your resources into that, I think your odds are a lot better.